So guys, you came here to learn about gathering posts. What do you want to learn about it? Well, these are the important factors about gathering post. When you first start off, you have plenty of time to build a gathering post right away, and I highly suggest building one. Build one while you can, as it's going to increase your production while reducing the manpower required. Gathering posts cost 15 wood, 5 steel. You can build them pretty quickly. What you'll see is they can collect anywhere in this circle. So, by doing this, we can place one right here against the road, and he'll collect both piles of wood and this metal. So let's go ahead and build it. It takes a few seconds to build it. You do need a road in order to get there. Okay guys, so the gathering post is built now, and now we do need to realize some things about the gathering post. If you look at the gathering post, it's locating multiple items in this circle. It's going to gather this, this, and this. It says there's 240 wood, 60 metal. If we apply our people to collect, it's collecting at a rate of 2 and 4.2. It's got multiple gathering areas here, and it's using 10 people. However, we can go ahead and focus the resource collection but with people themselves as they come and walk over to the item. The item will collect, it takes 15 people, they collect at a rate of 6. There is, again, another rate of 4 here. And then if I want to do this one more time, which actually I'm running low on people now, at a rate of 6 again, as there is 2 piles of wood, 1 pile of metal. When you go to the gathering post, they treat each item as a individual pile here. So they're collecting a rate of 4.2 per hour on the wood, 2 an hour on metal. This is only 10 people though. Had you done the math, this required 15 people. They are collecting at 6. If there was no metal here, these 10 people would collect this at a rate of 7. The rate is divided by how many piles there are. So this would have been a 7. This is a 5 actually when collecting. So they're actually getting a little buff on their collection as it doesn't divide it by a third exactly. And this, therefore, 10 people can do more work in a gathering post than 15 people here, here, and here, which is require 45 people. If I were to multiply this by placing another gathering post to continue the collection, maybe right across from this one, you would get a increase of 4.2 and 4. Well, the collection rate of this is 4. We are using 10 people on each. So you would have 2 gathering posts using 10 people versus 45 people for this. And you use 10 people here, which equals a total of 20. Their wood collection rate would be 4 here, matching the metal collection by hand, which means we no longer need to collect by hand. Or we can do both if you are in a rush to get that metal. Although you could just build another gathering post at that point. And then our rate here is 6 and 6, as these are 2 chunks of wood. So you would collect a total of 12. In this note, because the metal is here preventing us from focusing all effort on wood, our wood collection rate is going to be at 8.4, which is not bad. It's faster than the collection of 1 pile, which is still utilizing technically less people, as they are only applying 5 people to the wood, or in this case they're applying 3 and 3 and maybe 4 or something similar to that method. They're applying only 66% of their people to these 2 resources while applying the remaining 33% here. So really using about 6-7 people per post working on just these 2 resources, which means a total of 14 people collecting at a rate of 8.4 versus them collecting at a rate of 6 and 6, which is 12. That's if you want to get technical. If you were to get rid of this metal, let's say this metal didn't exist, these guys will collect this at a rate of 7. If they collect at a rate of 7, with 20 people, they would collect at a rate of 14 versus your 30 people. This means you've saved 10 people. If you've saved 10 people, that means there are 10 more people to go work either in another gathering post or somewhere else. Maybe you have a medical infirmary that needs people. Manpower is a big deal, and so therefore it saves manpower, as you'll collect at 14 versus 12 between the 2 piles with 10 less people. Also, another factor about the gathering post, while it's also upgradable as well, If you look at a wood pile, right now we are in the warmer section of the game, as it is low risk of getting ill. As you go further into the game, it's going to get colder, and the gathering post, unlike this, has insulation, where you see an insulation buff keeping the people warmer. That means when they work here, they don't get sick as often, which is very, very important, as a sick labor force does not work. Over here, you have a very cold environment, and it's always going to be cold. If we go look into the technology here, what you'll see is, where is it at? Resources. You'll see here gather insulation and then gather insulation 2. That means you can bring it up 2 levels. And those 2 levels are going to be very, very helpful throughout the game, keeping your gathering post very, very warm. There will also be things such as heaters and everything else to keep your people from getting sick. So guys, that's about everything from gathering posts. I highly suggest building them right off the bat to reduce the manpower needed to do the collection, as you will need a little bit of steel anyway, and you can actually get off to a good start. You can go ahead and build a gathering post, use that gathering post to build houses, and I don't think anybody will be homeless by the end of the night if you do just that. Make sure you collect enough wood on the first one. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. I can go on forever. So you all take care, and I'll catch you next time.